ideas with so many distractions. And so I think a lot of times um, we get lost, and we lose um, a lot of ourselves, a lot of the things that we should be focusing on because of so many other distractions. And so what I aim to do, not only in this video, but in other videos, is I want to help us get to a point of being able to get our minds back the way that they should be, so that we can begin to learn how to go within ourselves and find that peace and joy that we need. So I wrote a little piece last night during my meditation time, and I'm going to see if I can pull it up here on my computer and just read that, and then speak just a little bit more about that. And what it says is that we find the greatest joy in life, in the simplicity of life. The hope, the joy, the love, the family, the friends. We chase so much looking for happiness, and when you really sit back and think of what you really need in this life, it's really very simple. We need food, shelter and clothing. We need oxygen, water. Those are the things that the universe really has already provided for us. So what about all the other running around and trying to achieve and going to schools and trying to get recognition and honors, and all of these things we're going to leave here, Now, that's not to say that we shouldn't go to school and try to achieve. But it's to say that we're going to leave it here anyway. The honors, the awards, it's going to be left here for somebody else. What if the running around and getting in debt for the cars and the houses and the suburbs and the jewelry and the expensive clothes and purses and shoes and so forth? We need to ask ourselves, does it really make us happy? Or does the more we get and achieve, the more stress we find? Does it make you have to run faster, to work harder and longer and strive harder to get more, to achieve more, to obtain a status? To continue this maze until we die, and you find no peace at the end of it all. You have existed for someone else, not for yourself. Then we look back over our life and we ask, what have we really done for ourselves? What will your answer be? Did you spend all of your life in the service of others and the hope of others, of making them happy? We have to ask ourselves these questions. During our quiet meditation times, we have to sit back and evaluate and ask ourselves, what have we really done in this life for ourselves? If your answer is nothing, even at this point in your life, we have to learn how to do more for ourselves. Because at the end of it all, that's all we're going to be left with anyway, is ourselves and what we have done. Most of the people that we try to please will be gone. Long gone, when we're at the end of our lives, or when we're at a time in our life when we are alone. Now, this is not to say that we are not to do for other people at all. But in life, we have a responsibility not only to ourselves, or not only to others, but also to ourselves. How can you take care really of anybody else unless you take care of yourself as well? This is why we have so much sickness, so much, especially with women. Women do so much for everybody else instead of taking care of themselves. And it's just really a thing of realizing that we need to make ourselves a priority. And so that's pretty much it. Those were some of the thoughts that I had in my mind on last night. But as I said, we need to get back to a place of simplicity in our lives. We are so busy and stressed with running around trying to get in the best suburb, trying to get the latest car, the biggest car, the nicest car in the family, so everyone can look at us. Maybe we can obtain some type of status symbol or what have you, so you work longer hours, you work more days, and all of this to achieve a status in life. When, as I said, at the end of it all, it's going to have to be left here anyway. And then really, what peace and joy have we found or have we obtained by running around, getting and trying to achieve all this stuff? And when we really are honest with ourselves, we'll find that it really was more stress than anything. So this message today is about us getting back to realizing that the simplicity in life, or just the simple things in life, is really all we need. It's really a walk in the park. How expensive is a walk in the park? It's really no more expensive than, especially if the park is maybe a little bit of a distance from your house that you have to walk to, that you may have to drive to. Okay, well, it's a little bit of gas, and then you get out of the car, you have your walk, you enjoy nature. There's no cost to it, to just getting out and walking. How much does it cost to take a dip in an ocean, a dip in a river? Nothing. You get in the water, you let the water flow over you, you let the water, you get in that water and you really just enjoy yourself. And those are simple things. To watch birds, to watch animals, to go somewhere and just sit and be by yourself for a few minutes and de-stress. How much really does that cost? And to really be honest, it's really priceless. The peace that you're going to find, the joy that you're going to get from it, the way that your mind will be able to deprogram and relax. As I said, running around for the job, for the best community, for the biggest house, for the nicest car, is not to say that you shouldn't have those things in life, but it's to say, how much stress do you need trying to run around and get that, when instead of the suburb, instead of the big house and the big mortgage and the rental fees and the community fees and all of the other things that goes along with living in a suburb, and going to this, letting your children go to this big, nice, prestigious school because of the name, you could find a nice, simple house somewhere in a small, with maybe on an acre or two of land, 3-4 bedroom home that is nice, that is decent. Get yourself a car that may be under 10 years old, but it still drives. It may not be the top of the line. You may not be competing with everybody else, but it would be paid for. It would, maybe not even be so hard on gas. You could find a decent school and get involved and also help teach your kids yourself. Fill in those little blanks of what the school isn't doing. Take that time. That's another way to de-stress. Go somewhere and sit in the park with your kids. Go somewhere where you don't have to spend tons and tons of money, and just do something simple. Play with the dog. Anything with the kid. Anything that... It's just really a point, like I said, of learning how to get back to just doing simple things. A walk on the beach. But um, as I said, not worrying so much about status. I'm going to be right back with part two.